Welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know. We heard from Al Garrett, the president of AFSME Council 25, but let's hear about it on the ground level from my good friend Denis Martin, the head of Local 1862. Who does 1862 represent, Mr. Martin?
Local 1862 represents a DPS supervisory unit, which is department managers and supervisors of DPS, which includes the roads, parks.
That's the Department of Public Service at Wayne
correct.
County.
Yes, sir. Yep.
What are your people thinking about taking another cut?
Well, Steve, it's hard. I mean, we've been, like President Garrett said earlier, we've been taking it for a long time, and it's hitting the heart right now. And people are losing their homes, cars. It's they're deciding whether to feed their kids or pay their bills. It's just an average worker with all the concessions that they're passing across the table. Public service maintenance worker, one of our truck drivers at top pay, after all the concessions, would be taking home $5.65 an hour.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yes.
You mean the guys that push the snow
Yes.
in the winter on
Yes.
the county roads?
Yes.
$5.65 an hour
After
taking
all their
home.
taxes, their concessions and everything, what they're proposing across the table, their health care, everything.
Why don't they just quit and go to McDonald's?
Well, that's a lot of them are thinking about doing that if this goes through. People are going to have to leave. They won't be able to afford to work here.
That's crazy, but we need those public service workers.
Absolutely, we do. We do. They're first responders, especially in the wintertime.
You also sit on the pension board
Yes, sir.
of Wayne County. What is the real status of the Wayne County pensions?
The status of the Wayne County pensions are about 46% funded, and they are getting better every day. We have hired a financial consultant, which oversees our portfolio. The investments are really good. The problem is the county's has not been paying their ARC payments, and they're behind.
What's an ARC payment?
It's a oh goodness, it's their obligated payment quarterly.
Okay.
By law, they have till the end of the fiscal year to catch up, but they're way behind on their obligation as far as funding the system.
That's horrible. I'm still stuck on the $5 an hour thing. I just can't even conceive of that.
It is.
That a county executive would consider doing that to his own people and expect to get anything out of them.
Right. And it would even be less for like a local 101 person, which represents the non-supervisory units, like your clerical, and the clericals would even be less. They're maxed out at $32,000 a year. I mean, after they get hit with all the concessions, they'll be, $4 an hour take home.
The clericals.
Yes.
The secretaries.
Yes.
How are they supposed to survive?
They won't. They won't be able to. They'll have to find another full-time job or leave the county and find something else.
Why aren't your people marching in the street?
Well, we have a plan, and we're waiting for guidance from our president, and we are working on that. President Garrett is working hard with us on that.
Okay. My last point is, you say you sit on the pension board. Have you guys been investing in deep well injections again or anything like that? Any of those wild things
sir.
that you
No,
did
sir.
before?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
Well, Mr. Martin, I want to thank you for coming on today and shedding some light on what it's like right at ground level.
Yeah. I'd just like to close thanking our president, Al
Well,
Garrett.
you want to thank him?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, he's been fighting for a while. He's been fighting for a while, taking some real hits.
Yep.
But
Steve, if I could just close real quick. It's taken 40 years to get where we got, and they want to dismantle everything all at once. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional.
it's all right.
It hits the heart. People are suffering.
Okay.
Thank you.
You hear that, Mr. Evans? People are suffering, and you're running for cover. That's horrible, man. Just wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week on Detroit Wants to Know.